Once upon a time, in a big green jungle, a great lion was taking a nap. He was the king of the jungle, strong and mighty. The sun was warm and the lion slept deeply under a big, shady tree. As he slept, a tiny little mouse came out to play. The mouse was very small and very curious. He saw the big, sleeping lion and thought it looked like a fun hill to climb. So the little mouse started to run up and down the lion's big, furry back. He ran up to the lion's head and slid down his long tail. It was so much fun for the little mouse. This playful running and jumping soon woke up the lion. He opened one big eye, then the other. He felt something tickling him. With a low grumble, he lifted his giant paw and trapped the tiny mouse underneath it. The poor little mouse was so scared. He looked up at the lion's huge face and saw his big mouth opening wide. The lion was going to eat him in one bite. The mouse's heart beat very fast, like a tiny drum. He knew he had to do something, and quickly. "Pardon, O king," squeaked the little mouse in his small, shaky voice. "Please forgive me this time. I was only playing. I didn't mean to wake you up. I promise I will never, ever do it again. I will never forget your kindness if you let me go. And who knows, maybe one day I can help you too. I might be able to do you a good turn one of these days." The mouse looked at the lion with big, pleading eyes, hoping the king would show mercy. The great lion looked down at the tiny creature under his paw. He heard the mouse's little squeak and his promise to help him one day. The idea of this tiny, weak mouse ever being able to help him, the king of the jungle, was so funny. The lion started to chuckle. His chuckle grew into a loud, booming laugh that echoed through the jungle. The thought was just too amusing. The lion was so tickled by the idea that he decided to be kind. He slowly lifted his huge paw and set the little mouse free. "Go on, little one," he rumbled. "Be on your way. And try not to wake up sleeping lions again." The mouse quickly thanked the lion and scurried away, disappearing into the tall grass, very happy to be safe. Sometime later, a few hunters came into the jungle. They were looking for a big, strong lion to capture and take to the zoo. They set a trap made of thick, strong ropes. The lion, who was walking through the jungle, did not see the trap. He walked right into it. Suddenly, the ropes pulled tight around him. He was caught. He tried to break free, roaring and pulling with all his might, but the ropes were too strong. The hunters tied him securely to a big tree so he could not escape. After that, they went off to find a wagon big enough to carry the mighty lion back to their village. The lion was left all alone, tied to the tree, feeling sad and helpless. Just then, who should happen to pass by but the very same little mouse? The mouse was looking for seeds to eat when he heard a sad, low moaning sound. He followed the sound and saw the great lion tied to the tree. He saw the thick ropes that held the king of the jungle. The mouse felt very sorry for the lion. He remembered the lion's kindness. The lion had spared his life, and now the lion was in trouble. The little mouse knew he had to help. He ran right up to the lion and started to work. He used his small, sharp teeth to gnaw on the ropes. He chewed and chewed, one rope at a time. It was hard work, but the mouse did not give up. Slowly but surely, the thick ropes started to break. One by one, the strands of rope came apart. The mouse worked tirelessly, his little jaws moving quickly. Finally, with one last nibble, the main rope snapped, and the lion was free. He stood up and shook his magnificent mane. He was no longer trapped. He looked down at the tiny mouse with gratitude in his eyes. The little mouse looked up at the huge lion, feeling very proud and happy. "Was I not right?" said the little mouse with a happy squeak. "I told you I might be able to help you one day." The lion smiled a big, thankful smile. He had learned a very important lesson. From that day on, the lion and the mouse were the best of friends. The king of the jungle never forgot that even the smallest creature can have the heart of a lion and be a true friend. The moral of this story is that small acts of kindness are never wasted. They will always be rewarded, often when you least expect it. Even the mightiest can need the help of the smallest, and kindness is a gift that everyone, big or small, has the power to give.